In the ever-evolving world of automotive trends, few vehicles generate as much passion and loyalty as the Jeep Wrangler. Known for its rugged capability and off-road heritage, the Wrangler has long held a special place in the hearts of adventure seekers across the United States. But recently, a surprising auction sale has sparked a new conversation about Jeep's pricing strategy, one that may suggest the brand has lost touch with its core market. A nearly new 2024 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon 392 Final Edition, with only 40 miles on the odometer, just sold for $83,500 at auction, an eye-opening $23,500 below its original MSRP of $107,000. This isn't just a case of depreciation, it's a wake-up call for anyone following the brand. The Wrangler Rubicon 392 Final Edition was marketed as the ultimate Wrangler. Jeep combined the off-road prowess of the Rubicon with the heart of a muscle car, thanks to a massive 6.4-liter HEMI V8 producing 470 horsepower. On paper, it's a dream machine, fast, powerful, loud, and capable of tackling trails that most SUVs wouldn't dare approach. But that dream came with a price tag that felt more like a luxury SUV than a utilitarian off-roader. Starting at a base of over $91,000 and climbing past $107,000 with options like a retractable roof and final edition package, many buyers and enthusiasts questioned whether the value matched the cost. And now, it seems the market is answering that question. This barely driven 392, which essentially hasn't even been broken in, sold for tens of thousands less than its sticker price. The buyer likely feels like they scored a great deal. The seller, on the other hand, just ate a painful loss. More importantly, the sale exposes a broader problem in Jeep's current pricing logic. What was once a brand celebrated for its affordability and toughness has started to drift into the territory of overpricing, especially with specialty trims that try to merge multiple automotive personalities into one vehicle. A major part of the issue lies in Jeep's attempt to straddle two worlds. The Wrangler Rubicon 392 isn't just an off-roader, it's also trying to be a muscle car. But in trying to be both, it ends up being priced like two vehicles in one, which simply doesn't sit right with many consumers. As one online commenter bluntly put it, this is a $65,000 vehicle at most. When you start with a Wrangler's basic structure and inflate the price to compete with luxury or high-performance SUVs, you're likely to alienate both off-road purists and performance junkies. What makes this story even more frustrating for some owners is the fact that Jeep marketed the 392 Final Edition as a rare, potentially collectible model. Final Edition suggests this is the end of an era, the last chance to own a piece of V8 history. But that label may not carry the weight it once did. Stellantis, Jeep's parent company, has a track record of bringing back final editions after promising they were gone forever. The Hellcat Durango is a recent example, and now rumors are swirling that the HEMI could return to the Wrangler lineup, especially after Ram recently brought the engine back for certain models. If Jeep follows suit, those who bought the final edition at full price will feel more than a little betrayed. This practice of using exclusivity as a marketing tactic and then reversing course later is starting to erode trust in the brand. When a vehicle that was supposed to be a one-time, special edition ends up being just another chapter in an ongoing story, buyers feel misled. And when the pricing of that vehicle turns out to be completely unsustainable in the real market, it only reinforces the idea that Jeep might be prioritizing short-term hype over long-term value. There's also a bigger picture here that goes beyond just one model. Jeep isn't alone in this pricing miscalculation. Stellantis, as a whole, has struggled with pricing across its American lineup. Even Jeep's North American boss admitted earlier this year that they went too far with the Wagoneer, which led to significant price cuts in an attempt to recover lost ground. The brand has to be careful not to follow a similar path with the Wrangler, a nameplate that carries far more emotional and cultural weight in the U.S. market. For American buyers, the lesson here is clear: don't believe the hype, especially when it comes to price. The used market is now showing us that even ultimate versions of popular vehicles can't escape the laws of supply and demand. No matter how powerful or rare a vehicle may seem on paper, its true value is whatever someone is actually willing to pay. And in this case, that value is significantly less than what Jeep thought it could command. This recent auction also raises an interesting point for those in the market today. With resale values plummeting this hard, buying used may be the smartest way to own a high-performance Wrangler without breaking the bank. That 392 still has everything that made it special: big V8, top-tier off-road gear, heated seats, premium sound system, and more, just at a more reasonable price. The buyer of that $83,500 Rubicon likely feels like they walked away with the deal of the year. Ultimately, Jeep will need to reconsider how it positions its high-end models. The brand has always thrived when it stays close to its roots: utility, durability, and a strong sense of purpose. When it strays too far into luxury territory, it risks losing the authenticity that made it iconic in the first place. The Wrangler 392 Final Edition's price collapse is more than just a bad resale story. It's a signal to Jeep and Stellantis that buyers are paying attention, and they're no longer willing to accept hype without real, lasting value to back it up.